Hello everybody, welcome to Friday Sews. My name is Carole. This is my channel Sew Carole, and you're joining me on hashtag Friday Sews. This was created by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, and it's an easy way for you to find us all on YouTube by typing in hashtag Friday Sews, and you get a whole wealth of sewing YouTube creators all in one place on a Friday. So what have I been up to? First of all, I had a wonderful holiday, and I'm so sorry I did not do a Friday Sews last week. I had nothing sewing related to say. I mean, I couldn't just show you my photos because I wanted to save them for the end of this video. But oh, we had a marvellous time, but I'm so sorry. The only thing I had to report was I bought one sewing thing. Look at this. This is Edelweiss. And I've actually got a necklace with Edelweiss because it just reminds me of Austria. So this is all I bought. A Westendorf, which is where we were staying, thimble. My friend bought one as well. So that's really cool. That's all I got to show. So before I went away, I had a bit of an issue, and I will insert a bit of footage here for you. So this is the situation. It's 24 hours before we leave the house to go on holiday, and I was due to receive today a black cardigan, which I very desperately need to go with the tops and things for holiday. And I'm taking all black jeans and black leggings, so I need a black cardigan. I've got a navy, but that's not good enough. We all know that. So I'm in a predicament. Then I remembered about 3 years ago, I made this pattern. I made a much shorter version of that one there, Simplicity 8059, and I hated it. It is sat in the cupboard for about 3 years. So what I shortened it, I hadn't finished it, and it's literally sat there, not loved, nothing. It was huge on me. I cut it shorter because I wanted it shorter. It was absolutely huge. So looking at it now, what I did in the back to bring it in a bit, I put like this elastic panel. So I've obviously, because I can't quite remember doing it, I've sewed an extra panel in the back and put some elastic and secured it side to side. So we end up with that gathered effect. So that brought it in. I've tacked it all down, so I've edged the inside facing and I've added the ties, and I haven't done a hem, and the sleeves are a bit long. I'm going to try it on. As you can see, sleeves are long, they're a bit baggy. Do you know, when I look at it, it doesn't look too bad. I don't quite know why I ditched it in the end. I think I chopped quite a bit off. So the hem's not done. I'm hoping it doesn't look too bad. Just feels all a bit big. But what I'm going to do quickly is try and reduce the sleeves, try and hem this. I might even cover stitch this down now because I didn't have a cover stitch machine when I originally made this. But I don't know what to do about the hem. I might either cover stitch that down or just edge it on the serger. I don't know. Oh, I didn't put any pockets in. That would have been handy. But it might save the day. So that's what I'm going to do now. Right, this is as finished as it's going to be. I don't know if you can tell the difference. I mean, I've taken the sleeves in probably about an inch by the time I got to the bottom. I've cover stitched down the facing, so that looks not bad at all. I have cover stitched the bottom, and that's the bit that worries me slightly because it's sticking out a little bit. It's a bit sort of like that. But I think it's going to work, and you know, it's nice. I don't know what, if I wore this open, I'm not so keen on having these dangling down. So I mean, I suppose I could tie them up, but it'll do the job, I think. And at the end of the day, I haven't got a choice because I have no black cardigan. So let me know what you think. By the time you see this, I will have actually worn it on my holiday, so be kind. And actually, I hardly wore the cardigan because I forget that Austrian hotels are normally so warm. You don't need anything in the evening. In fact, my husband took loads of jumpers and he didn't wear those either. What I'm wearing today actually is a colour blocked top. It's a very, I'll put it up, but it's a simplicity pattern. I made it about 5 years ago and I still absolutely love it. This was a French terry and I just by pure chance happened to have this viscose jersey, which is an identical match. The simplicity pattern I used is a weird one. It's got the split shoulders, which I'm always on the fence over. I'm not entirely sure about that. And then it's got a join here, but you can't see that because of the plain. So that's what I'm wearing today. And I'll put the link below because I often forget to say. So this week I put up a video because I had my Beyond the Pink Door subscription box, Think Pink number 12, and I've made something already and I will put my footage in here. It was this beautiful soft blue sweatshirt, just had to be made up. My initial idea was to go to do some colour blocking, easy peasy, the sleeves in one colour and the main body in another colour, but unfortunately we'd only got 0.4 of the contrasting fabric, so I had to think a bit out of the box and just do a bit of colour blocking along it. So this is what I came up with. Now, to do this was an utter nightmare. I retraced the pattern and then I cut. I did all these different designs and my husband actually came down and said, "Are you trying to be a race jockey with some of those jerseys?" Because yeah, they're a bit out there. On a lot of the designs I couldn't do what I wanted to do because of the amount of contrasting fabric I had. So I went for a straight line initially, and then I thought I'd make it a little bit softer by making it curved. Never do that, people. Way too tricky. Anyway, so what I've ended up with is this. See, it is curved. You can see it's curved on the back actually more than you can the front, and the sleeves are a little bit curved as well. And no, I couldn't work out quite how to line that bit up and that bit up. I had a teeny bit left, so I did the band on the bottom because actually this is quite a short top. I've made this before. So I am really pleased with it. What I didn't want it to become is something that looked like a child's sweatshirt if I'd done the pockets in pink or something in the hood, but in actual fact there wasn't enough fabric to do that anyway. But so there we have it, my colour block top from the Beyond the Pink Door fabric. So really pleased with it, and I will definitely wear this. And the weird thing is, doesn't that pink there look the blue different shades? It makes it look darker. I don't understand why. Anyway, so that was my Beyond the Pink Door subscription box fabric, which I only got on Monday. Now, the next thing I did, I tried to make it before I went away, but in actual fact I wouldn't have needed it anyway. But I'm thinking ahead to my holiday coming up in Florida in 6 weeks' time, and I'm very excited for that because I will be, as part of that holiday, going to the Sewing Expo in Lakeland, Florida, which I hope to meet up with all the YouTube friends I have gained since May last year, and any viewers that are out and about. I know we're doing a meetup. I think Jen said about it and Trisha said about it, but we're meeting up on the Friday around 12 o'clock in some kind of lobby area. They've been there before, so they know far better. So yeah, so I'm thinking ahead to my March break, and obviously it's going to be a bit warmer. So I made this. Now this is a pattern that Jen recommended to me because of the top there and the cardi. So I gave it a try. So first of all, I made the cardigan, and I think it's out of, I think you would call it a Harchi knit or something. It's a really, really soft knitted fabric. and it's in like this blue and grey colour. Oh, I am so pleased with this cardigan. It was so simple to make up. It's got a facing there, and I put some white buttons on it. And the only thing I would say is the buttonholes, being this fabric, was an utter nightmare. It took me longer to do the buttonholes, I think, than make the entire thing. And even though it had some interfacing on, it was still a nightmare. Anyway, it's done. It's so cozy. I'm so pleased with it. And it's just such a beautiful shape. Didn't have to alter anything. Really fabulous. So I then went ahead and made view A, which is the sleeveless top, which, even though it is quite cold out here, I will take the cardigan off and show you. So again, such a lovely shape. I love this. It's boat neck, but even though I'm narrow shoulder, it's not showing any straps there. So I'm just made, it's a plain top. It's made out of it's like a broderie anglaise. I got a remnant in a local fabric shop, but it's like double layer and it's really cozy. So I am so happy with this shape of this top. So next to do are pants in this, because apparently it's really good pants or trousers pattern. So I'm going to have a go at that. But that was Simplicity 9272. You may want to stick around to the end of the video, and I know people say that, but I've got my beautiful photographs of Austria at the end of it. I've also got some silly footage of me trying to run down a slope in snowshoes. We actually did have to do it. It wasn't just us having a go, but the instructor wanted us to do it, so I look an idiot. So stay tuned for that at the end. I've also got a pattern giveaway, and I'm not trying to bribe you to watch my whole video, but because I am so close to 2,000 subscribers, I thought, what better way to celebrate it? I've got a bunch of patterns that I can't use, so most of them are dresses, and I just don't have call for that. Nearly the end of the video, I'll show you the pattern choices, and you can say which ones you fancy. But hang around. This week I had my Sew magazine, and there was one Mimi G pattern in there, and which was this one. But it's from size 16 to 24, so a little bit too large for me. And the other one was this one. I thought I had it, but I haven't actually. It's New Look 6533. If I remember, Vivmon made this up, or possibly somebody did, and it's a really full skirt. My daughter might like it actually. I'll have to ask her what she thinks of it, but it's her kind of style. But it is really gathered and really full, so you might want to take some width out of that, otherwise it's going to use a lot of fabric. Now this week, I keep telling my husband not to watch my video because I think I'm mentioning something every week about him. But so far all I've done is cut this out, and I've tailor tacked all in the right places. I really went overboard on this one, marking it all out, because people very kindly warned me that it is a very difficult neck to put in, the zip and the neckline to put in. So I'm bracing myself for that. I actually had a look on Pattern Review, and somebody actually says that one of the steps, there's an error in one of the steps as well. So yep, so it's cut out. I'm going to have a really good go at that this weekend. And I know if I can crack it and I do it successfully, then I will show you how I did it. So keep your fingers crossed for that one, because I really want to make it for him for his birthday. The other thing I've got to do this week is make some pyjamas for my daughter. It was out of this beautiful fabric. I've cut it all out before I went away, but I just didn't have time to do it. And she really does like the shape of them. It was this pattern again, Simplicity 9337. There's a bit left. I am so hoping I can get some kind of t-shirt out of this, or even that sleeveless t-shirt that I made and showed earlier, the white one. Might just be able to get away with that. So very excited. I'm not worried that she's wearing it to bed, and I'm quite happy wearing it outside because I love this so much. So those are my 2 things for next week. I'm not going to put pressure on myself because I think that hoodie is zip neck top is going to be difficult. So patterns. So I have 2 sets of 5 patterns that I am quite happy to send to whoever, wherever. So what I will do, if I will call them group 1 and group 2, I will list down below in the comments what patterns are with each. I'll show you roughly, but I will list them below. And if you want group 1, just put group 1 in the comments, or group 2, put group 2. I will put them into a drawer, get my husband to select one of each, and I will post them off to you. There's 5 patterns each. I'm quite happy. I'm just so grateful to be here. It's not even a year, and I'm just so happy. So this is group 1. So they're for slightly smaller sizes, but I will link that below. So we have Simplicity 8921, Simplicity 8751, McCalls 7714, McCalls 7531, and McCalls 7085. So that's group 1, and I said I'll put the sizes below. This is the one that's got a slightly bigger size range. So Simplicity 9139, the Mimi G pattern, I just received 8558 Simplicity. Simplicity 9269, and I love the shape of this, but it's very similar to that other one that I've done, but sadly it's just too big for me. It goes from sizes 18 to 24. Simplicity 8640, this 8640 famous dress, it's in a larger size. I ordered it by mistake, so you know, whoever gets hold of that can join the 8640 club. And lastly, Simplicity 9116. So that was group 2. Happy to send them wherever to whoever would like them. So I'll list that below. I had some orchestra drama this week, and I know it's nothing to do with sewing, but it is quite amusing. Now you may know I play the oboe in an amateur orchestra, and I'm not very good, but I enjoy it, and I do it every week. I went this week and I set up my oboe, and I put it in my oboe stand, and I was chatting to my friend, turned around, oboe on the floor. So I'd knocked it over or something had happened. Picked it up, gave it a quick go, and it seemed fine. When we started playing some music, I realised that yes, these top notes were coming out, but everything that I used the fingers for below was sounding completely weird. So somewhere along the line, something has got bent or twisted or stuck down. So unfortunately, my oboe has to go off for repair. Now, I thought, oh right, that's great excuse. I'll just pack up and I'll go home early. But oh no, my friend next to me who has a piccolo, she plays the flute and she has a piccolo, said, here, borrow this for the evening. Well, I played the flute all my life. I changed to the oboe about 6 years ago. So this isn't her oboe, but this is her piccolo, but this is mine. So I had to play this. I haven't played this, I don't think, for about 10 years. So oboe, little piccolo. So I'm there trying to play, and it's so tiny compared to what I'm used to, and I couldn't remember the fingerings for the notes. Oh, it was fun. So yeah, so I had a little go on that. But because this is going off to be mended, I'm going to have to brush up my piccolo and flute skills for Monday. But yeah, I just thought I'd find that funny. They're just so tiny compared to that. So that was my Monday drama. The other thing I'm doing in the next couple of weeks is we've got a secret project coming up again, a group of us. And so I've got to start working on that. I've got the fabric, I've got the pattern. Yeah, mine's going to be dull, but there are some amazing plans. So look out for that at the end of February. So I think that's it for this week. And I always say that, and I will leave you with some beautiful footage of Austria, and the snow was incredible. 3 days before we went, there was no snow. The webcam showed green, and literally 2 days before we went, they had about 22 centimetres of snow, and it was beautiful. So I will leave you with that and the footage of me running down the slope. Thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget, let me know in the comments whether you'd like group 1 or group 2. If it's just a couple of those patterns, I'm sure you could pass them on to someone else. I don't know anybody directly that sews near me, so I'm happy to send them to you. So let me know, and I will see you next week, if not before. Thanks for joining me. Bye.
Graceful as a swan, eh?